Welcome to Up
He's
Close and
fronted
Personal with Coverdale.
Whitesnake,
It's
and
good
now
to
he's
see you
here.
again.
This is David Coverdale on Planet Rock.
And it certainly is good to see you again. Welcome to Up Close and Personal with David Coverdale. I am he, DC, whatever else you'd like to call me, hopefully something nice. And we have another special show for you planned with special guests and stuff and a bit of humor here and there, a bit of naughtiness. What do you expect? I'm singing with Whitesnake, for God's sake. The Faces with Rod Stewart and Stay With Me on Planet Rock. Stay With Me, written by Rod Stewart and Ronnie Wood, was recorded by The Faces on their 1971 album A Nod Is As Good As a Wink, Good Time Rock and Roll Personified. Now it's time for a Coverdale Page story. So we'd finished the Whitesnake Slip of the Tongue tour in 1990. September, I think it was, in Tokyo, Japan. And I got home exhausted. A lot of situations I needed to be sorted out. I'd lost perspective of if I was happy doing what I was doing. So I wanted a period of reflection. And then, out of the blue, I get a phone call from one of my favorite guitar players in contemporary music, Jimmy Page, asking if I'd be interested in doing a joint project. Are you kidding? Wow. Such a carrot to dangle before this particular donkey. It was irresistible. Although I had a lot of issues going on at the time, we agreed to meet a couple of months into 1991 in New York, where we stopped traffic when the two of us went for a walk around Manhattan. It was an amazing pleasure for me. 3 years of just joy, and thankfully we maintain a great friendship and admiration for each other. Here's a song from the Coverdale Page album, Shake My Tree. Oh, may the universe shower you with blessings, Mr. Page. And you too, boys and girls. Shake My Tree, Coverdale Page.
This is David Coverdale on Planet Rock.
Hello, Paul, my dear. Mr. Paul Stanley, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the remarkably talented Paul Stanley. And today, I believe we're going to discuss a mutually favorite topic of music.
Hello,
Paul.
everyone. It's David Coverdale here. Hello, darlings.
Darling, yes. Honest to God, I swear, Michael told me you have a Coverdale. Who doesn't have a Coverdale impression? That's hilarious.
Well, it's so identifiable, you know. Hello, darling. Oh,
hello, darling.
Hello,
Yes,
how are you?
Oh, well, I'm actually doing very, very well, my dear.
Good,
I'm up
good.
in Reno by the sea, in the sleepy foothills of the gorgeous Sierra Nevadas, and I presume you're in Beverly Hills.
I am indeed. I'm a Beverly Hillbilly, so to speak.
Let's move out of this and into the most incredible music genre that you and I adore.
Indeed.
Motown, particularly 60s Motown, dipping into the 70s. And I think I remember, you obviously correct me if I'm wrong, and we were in Europe, oh my God, 10, 15 years ago maybe, and my assistant's stretching me out before a show, and I have Motown playlist playing on my iPod, and the door burst open, and you and Jean come in, elegantly dressed, which is probably why I thought you were Italian, elegantly dressed in form-fitting leather coats, and so looking fantastic, burst in shouting, Mr. Coverdale, while I'm in an inverted gynecologist position. But it was, as you were leaving, you said, you like this kind of music? And I'm going, I love this kind of music. And, of course, it was Motown.
Yes. Well, really, I don't know. It's surprising for some, but really at the roots of my music is Motown. I remember telling Jimmy Page, our buddy and inspiration and
mutual friend, yes.
Before I ever heard all the great English bands that I loved and revered, you know, I grew up listening to Smokey and the Miracles and the Temptations and the Four Tops and Mary Wells, and the list goes on and on. Motown was so unique. It was really a game changer. You had Berry Gordy, who came up with really a star system, not unlike Hollywood. They created stars by writing these great songs, and once the songs were done, it wasn't finished. They groomed the performers. They taught them to...
Dance classes, etiquette classes.
Totally. Finishing school.
Precisely. It was a brilliant vision.
Amazing. So that on top of the music, which was really all we knew, was these great songs. My Girl, You Really Got a Hold on Me.
So who wrote My Girl? Was it Smokey or Otis? Otis Redding.
Smokey wrote it for the Temptations.
Oh, my God, glorious, glorious. We both love David Ruffin, of course, extraordinary singer. It's interesting that you should mention Jimmy, because we talk just about everything that we loved in music and what turned us on, but I can't remember discussing Motown with him, certainly not as much as I do with you. But the first time I heard of Motown was courtesy of George Harrison, because he was the one who brought Motown to the early Beatles, and they did You Really Got a Hold on Me, the Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. I think at that time, wasn't it just the Miracles, perhaps?
Right.
I thought the song was amazing, and they did a beautiful version, but being the investigative musicologist that I am, I had to find out. So I'd go to a record store and say, have you got the original You Really Got a Hold on Me? And of course, that's when Motown entered my life in an explosive way. So what was the first song that just stopped you in your tracks? Which was the first song? Can you remember?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's so interesting because once that wave hit, it was nonstop. But it all started for me. I was walking down the street with what we had back then, which were transistor radios.
Yes, yes.
Smokey and the Miracles came on with that song, with You Really Got a Hold on Me.
I love you, man.
There was something so raw about the vocals, but also something so poignant, and the lyrics. It was so interesting for me. From then, of course, it was the Supremes who came along, Stop in the Name of Love. And the Four Tops, I mean, Levi Stubbs was just insane.
I have your list in front of me of when I said to you, send me your top 10, it was like, it's Mission Impossible.
Oh, it's totally.
There's like, send me your top 1,000. It opened up my memories of certain things. And when you say the Four Tops, I actually sang a piano version, a really bad piano version of Loving You Is Sweeter Than Ever to Elizabeth Taylor when I was living at the Mondrian Hotel. She was leaning on the piano as only Elizabeth Taylor could.
What's astonishing to me is that I gave you a list of 10 songs, and as you said, I left off 110.
Yeah.
There's so many just amazing songs. Really a game changer for me was when I heard Tears of a Clown, and there's a reference in there to Pagliacci. You're talking about inner city kids, and this young guy, Smokey Robinson, is singing about Pagliacci, the tormented clown. And he says, just like Pagliacci did, I try to keep my sadness hid.
Yes.
And I was like, what is going on here?
I remember reading Bob Dylan calling Smokey the greatest living American poet, which I can share. I certainly feel he's up there with the greats. So you want to play a song? Do you want to play a temp song?
Sure, absolutely.
We'll play the Temptation song, and both of us love this one. David Ruffin's featured on this, an amazing song called I Wish It Would Rain.
Planet Rock presents Whitesnake and Foreigner. See them live at venues across the UK throughout May 2022. With very special guests Europe. Get your tickets now at planetrock.com/tickets. Don't miss Whitesnake and Foreigner live with Planet Rock.
This is David Coverdale on Planet Rock.
Up close and personal with David Coverdale on Planet Rock. Here's a song for you I've been cranking up in the car recently. Ain't Seen Nothing, 1v1. Absolutely, you ain't seen nothing yet until you see the Whitesnake, Foreigner and Europe Farewell Tour coming to you May, June, baby. Yes, here's a song for you from the forthcoming Greatest Hits, revisited, remixed and remastered. This song features a solo we found from the electrifying Mr. John Sykes. Let's slide it in, baby. Hi, I'm David Coverdale. Don't miss the farewell tour of Whitesnake starting May 10th in Dublin, Ireland. Thursday the 12th in Glasgow. Saturday the 14th in Newcastle. Monday the 16th, London. Wednesday the 18th, Manchester. Friday, Nottingham. Sunday, Birmingham. And Wednesday, the 25th, Cardiff. We did a fun farewell. Can't wait to see you.